Hello and welcome to Irwindale. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53. I've partnered with Coach Dave Academy to bring you these Learn to Drive videos. This week's video, super late model at Irwindale Outer as part of iRacing 2025 Season 1 Week 7 official series action. We're now at the halfway point in the season, so if you haven't already, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. It does a ton to help support my channel, helps us get our message out there. As you know, too, it is starting to get close to real racing season, and we have opened up our fans-only sponsorship program. There'll be a link to it in the description if you're interested. Any little bit that you can contribute certainly helps. Somebody like me who's a really small-time grassroots racer, we've got sponsorships from $10 all the way up to I think $250. If you want to go higher, you can always message me in the DMs. We can get something going on for you. But if you want more information or to join, like I said, there's a link to it in the description, or you can join the Team 53 Discord, which is also linked below. If you're looking for not just setups, but telemetry help, as well as maybe some road course stuff. You can always look at Coach Dave Academy. It's a great place. They've got a great Delta software that you can use to kind of see where you're losing time, where you're gaining time. You can compare lap times. It's a really cool feature of the Delta program as well. So let's hop in here to qualifying at Irwindale. You're going to see here at Irwindale, we run a really, really weird line. And it's just kind of how it goes here. So you've really got to learn how to run that and most effectively, run your car around the track. So we'll come out here. We're going to tire heat like we always do. Super important. We're going to go high here in turn 3 using the custom Team 53 setup. You'll go up here. We'll go high. And then what you'll hear is the car is just going to bang out on the chip. So you can hear we're on the chip pretty much just after the start finish line. And that's by design, and you'll see why here in a minute. So we get a top speed here on the front stretch at the start finish line. We always like to compare those times, 121 miles an hour. We go down the front stretch. We're going to start to turn in here right about the time that we see the dashed lines start to bend, right? That's going to be our cue to turn in. So we've got a little bit of a positive offset here with the steering wheel. So once we start to see that straighten out, right where they bend, that's where we're going to turn in for the corner. We're going to lift as we cross over it. We're going to grab brake. And what we're going to do is we're going to shoot to bring this car kind of in the middle of nowhere, really. We're not going to go way down low. We're not going to stay really high. We're just going to go right here, kind of middle ground. We bring it down as we arc around through the apex of the corner. So this is where the corner gets the pointiest for us on the inside slope. We're going to keep that same arc that we've been running. And you can see we're just letting the car rotate here. We're not doing anything with throttle. We're not doing anything with brake. We start to get on just past apex. And as we straighten out the wheel here, we're going to start to add a little bit more throttle. And we're really just kind of using the throttle to steer the car at this point. So we get to full throttle pretty much when we're all the way on the back stretch here. It's going to take a while. We get to full throttle, at least as full as we're going to get to. You can still see there's a little gap here at the top. And then we're going to lift here at this light, and we're going to start to brake and aim for turn 3 already. We're going to bring the car in here, and we're going to bring it all the way down here onto the apron and go down as close as we can to the grass here in the apex of the corner. And you'll see here in a minute. So we bring it down, we're braking, pulling the car down the track, we get off the banking, onto the flat apron, and we arc this car around. And right here at the pointiest part, that's where we're going to grab bottom, and then we're going to take a nice straight drive off. This is very similar corner to what we do at Hickory, to what we do at Concord. Very similar to both of those tracks where we want to get a nice straight drive off the corner. So that's what we're going to hit for here, and we're going to get an 054. I think this car definitely has a 16.9 in it. Just going to need a little bit more track practice, maybe rubber it in, hope for a cooler room, that type of thing. But it's definitely there. You can feel it in it. So I just did one lap and I was done. That's all I really needed. So that should be all you need. First lap should be good. If you find that your second lap is good, you're going to do the same thing where you're going to go high in 3 and 4, come into white flag, and then you'll run bottom or middle and then bottom to get yourself around. So for race laps, you're not going to see too much of a difference here with race laps in terms of the line. I did notice here with race laps that if you got really, really low here coming off the corner and got on throttle a little bit too hard, you'll see I've got some black skid marks here where I just kind of got loose. But the race laps are going to look the same. Best way to pass here, it's really difficult. Turn 3 definitely becomes kind of the hotbed for passing where guys will try and dive into turn 3, get underneath you and make that pass there. So that's something you'll definitely want to watch out for. Sometimes here with Irwindale, especially when it's hotter, this second lane up here or even this third lane above the dash line will come in. I think this race is going to be too short in the supers and the track temp is trending pretty cold. So I don't think you're going to see too much by way of a second lane. So it's really going to be watching your throttle inputs, making sure you don't get loose, making sure the rear end doesn't kick out at all, and just kind of keeping the car underneath you to go fast, right? You're seeing too, if you're watching my throttle inputs, I'm really not getting to 100% throttle down the backstretch. And that's something that, you're just going to have to mitigate and work on is kind of watching that throttle progress. You're now with a little bit of grip in the tires, we're able to get there. So just kind of watch that. Work on your lines, work on your consistency. Those of you who are Team 53 members and you have access to my telemetry in Garage 61, you can pull any of that information. If you're a Coach Dave Academy subscriber, they do upload my Delta file so that you can pull up Delta and you can look at a lot of that compared against yourself in there as well. So if you've made it this far into the video, hopefully you've hit like, hopefully you've hit subscribe. It does a ton, like I said, to help get our message out, to help support my channel. And if you are interested, we do have our Team 53 fans only sponsorship program. You can get that description as well. So best of luck, have a great week of racing, and we'll see you in the next video.